Recently, I created a video on forgotten game consoles that failed, and a lot of the comments, I see them, told me that I had forgotten so many that you remembered so fondly. So today we're returning to our list of failed video game consoles with some more recent selections, brought to you by the comments. Thanks for watching, and let's get into the list. In 1995, Nintendo attempted to revolutionize gaming with the Virtual Boy, a console that promised immersive 3D gaming. The concept was bold, but its execution fell far short. The Virtual Boy used stereoscopic 3D technology to create a sense of depth, a novelty at the time. Unfortunately, the console's monochromatic red and black graphics quickly strained players' eyes and caused headaches, making it difficult to enjoy for extended periods. Adding to its woes was the console's cumbersome design. Unlike a traditional handheld device, the Virtual Boy required a tabletop stand, which was both inconvenient and uncomfortable. Its lack of portability contradicted its intended appeal as a mobile gaming device. Coupled with a $180 price tag, a hefty sum in the mid-90s, many gamers decided to get the Virtual Boy a pass. Despite its failure, the Virtual Boy holds an important place in gaming history as a precursor to the more refined 3D experiences we see today. Nintendo revisited the concept of 3D gaming with the wildly successful Nintendo 3DS, which achieved what the Virtual Boy could not, making 3D accessible, portable, and fun. While the Virtual Boy may have been a commercial failure, it was a bold experiment that paved the way for future innovations. This was not Nintendo's only console failure. The Wii U was Nintendo's follow-up to the groundbreaking success of the Wii, but it didn't quite land the same way. Launched in 2012, the Wii U's biggest selling point was its gamepad, a tablet-style controller with a touchscreen. The gamepad allowed for second-screen gameplay, opening up innovative new mechanics for games like Zombie U and Nintendo Land. It even supported off-TV play, letting players use the gamepad as a portable screen when the TV was in use. However, confusion around the Wii U's branding significantly hurt its sales. Many consumers mistakenly thought it was an add-on for the Wii rather than a new console. This misunderstanding, combined with a weak launch lineup and limited third-party support, made it difficult for the Wii U to gain momentum in the competitive gaming market. The console's design also felt mismatched with the growing trend of sleek, versatile devices, further alienating potential buyers. Yet the Wii U wasn't without merit. It introduced concepts that Nintendo refined with the Switch, such as a hybrid gaming and a focus on versatile play. Some of its exclusives like Splatoon, Mario Kart 8, and Super Smash Bros. For Wii U were critical and commercial successes. While it struggled in its time, the Wii U serves as an essential stepping stone in Nintendo's hardware evolution, proving that even failure can lead to great innovation. In 2006, amidst the height of the PlayStation 2's dominance and the advent of the Xbox 360 and Wii, Mattel attempted to carve out a unique niche in the gaming market with the Hyperscan. The Hyperscan was a bold experiment combining traditional gaming with collectible RFID-enabled trading cards. It was marketed towards your younger audience with the promise of enhancing gameplay by scanning cards to unlock characters, abilities, or items. The idea of blending physical collectibles with digital gameplay was intriguing, predating similar mechanics seen in Skylanders and Amiibo. However, the execution left much to be desired. The console itself was underpowered, using CD-ROMs for games, which resulted in long loading times. The library was also extremely limited, featuring just 5 titles, including X-Men, Ben 10, and Interstellar Wrestling League. While the card scanning mechanic was innovative, it was often clunky and frustrating to use, detracting from the overall experience. Unfortunately, the Hyperscan's limited game library, poor performance, and lackluster marketing led to its rapid demise. It was discontinued within a year of its release, and today, it's mostly remembered as a curious footnote in gaming history. While the Hyperscan failed to capture its intended audience, its blending of physical and digital gameplay hinted at a concept that would become wildly successful in the years to come. The Ouya was the poster child for Kickstarter hype. Backed by over $8 million from eager supporters, this Android-based console launched in 2013 with promises of democratizing gaming. At a mere $99, it aimed to make gaming more affordable while providing a platform for indie developers to shine. Its small, cube-shaped design and sleek promotional materials painted an appealing picture, but the reality was far less impressive. The hardware itself was underwhelming. The Ouya specs were outdated even at launch, and its controller was widely criticized for its cheap build quality and input lag. The game library leaned heavily on mobile ports and lacked compelling exclusives, leaving players with little reason to invest in the platform. Developers, too, quickly grew disillusioned due to poor sales and limited support. Despite its failure, the Ouya represented an ambitious vision. It sought to challenge traditional gaming platforms by offering an alternative for indie developers and budget-conscious players. While it ultimately flopped, its emphasis on accessibility and indie gaming lives on in platforms like the Steam Deck and the Epic Games Store, making it a fascinating footnote in gaming history. In late 2018, rapper and entrepreneur Soulja Boy shocked the gaming world by announcing his very own gaming consoles, the Soulja Game Console and the Soulja Game Handheld. These systems promised to deliver hundreds of games at an affordable price, billing themselves as revolutionary devices that could compete with the likes of PlayStation and Xbox. However, the reality behind these consoles sparked controversy and ridicule. The Soulja Game consoles were quickly identified as rebranded and marked up versions of generic emulation devices readily available on sites like AliExpress. These consoles often contained a mix of unlicensed and pirated games, many of which were classic Nintendo titles. This led to immediate backlash, with critics accusing Soulja Boy of not only misleading customers, but also engaging in copyright infringement. Soulja Boy initially defended his project, claiming it was legitimate and promising ongoing support. However, the legal risks associated with selling devices loaded with pirated software soon became apparent. By early 2019, the consoles were pulled from his online store, reportedly due to legal pressure from Nintendo. While the Soulja Game console was a commercial and critical failure, it became a cultural phenomenon in its own right, sparking countless memes and discussions about celebrity ventures into the gaming space. It serves as a cautionary tale about challenges of entering the gaming market without a solid foundation, and the risk of taking shortcuts in an industry known for its passionate and discerning audience. Despite its failure, the Soulja Game remains a fascinating chapter in gaming history, illustrating how even in the modern era, the dream of creating a gaming console can capture public attention, even if it's for all the wrong reasons. In 2005, the Gizmondo arrived on the scene, marketed as a revolutionary handheld gaming device that could do it all. Developed by Tiger Telematics, this sleek, feature-packed console promised gaming, GPS functionality, multimedia playback, and even SMS capabilities. It was pitched as a device ahead of its time, blending gaming with everyday utility. However, the Gizmondo story quickly turned from ambition to disaster. The Gizmondo launched at an eye-watering $400 price tag in the US, far exceeding its competitors like the Nintendo DS and Sony PSP. Its game library was shockingly small, with fewer than 15 titles ever released. Many of these games, like Sticky Balls and Trailblazer, were unimpressive compared to the high-quality titles offered by its rivals. Worse, the hardware itself was riddled with flaws, from poor ergonomics to unreliable software. While the console's technical ambition was notable, Tiger Telematics overpromised and underdelivered. Its GPS functionality, a key selling point, was clunky and poorly integrated. The system's focus on features like text messaging and MP3 playback felt like an afterthought rather than a seamless part of the experience. Additionally, the console's ad-supported business model, which offered a cheaper version in exchange for ads on the home screen, confused and alienated consumers. But the real story behind the Gizmondo wasn't just its technical failings. It was the scandal surrounding Tiger Telematics' leadership. Several executives, including Stefan Eriksson, had links to organized crime, which eventually came to light as the company spiraled into bankruptcy. Eriksson's infamous car crash involving a $1 million Ferrari Enzo brought the Gizmondo's troubled history into the spotlight, cementing its reputation as one of the biggest failures in gaming history. The Gizmondo was discontinued within a year, selling fewer than 25,000 units worldwide. It's now a sought-after relic among collectors, representing not just a failed console, but a cautionary tale about overambition, mismanagement, and the importance of focusing on quality and transparency in the gaming industry. The Gizmondo is a reminder that even the boldest ideas can crumble without a solid foundation, proof that ambition alone isn't enough to guarantee success in the gaming world. So that was a few more failed video game consoles that just never really made it. I hope you enjoyed the video. It's the end of the year. I hope you had a good 2024. I got one more video for the year. I hope to see you next week and in 2025. Have a great time. I love you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.